We have triggered Nexus, right? And maybe we're looking at sales tax or income tax or both. We know of it. We have exposure. Started to put some pen to paper on a look back period to understand what that exposure is. What is then the most strategic plan, right, to try to get it cleaned up? What are our options? I mean, obviously, it probably depends on what that exposure really looks like. Maybe you're looking at it under more of a audited financial statement process. Maybe you're looking at it more from a, tax return compliance, cleanup process, but there's exposure there and it's material. So what is our best avenue for, getting that cleaned up and, from both a risk perspective, but also like let's not try to break the bank, why we do this.
There is a balance between kind of managing that exposure and the filing compliance that may come along with, truly addressing, dotting all the I's and crossing the T's as far as income tax filings go. And sales tax filings, I would say, those should generally be taken care of just because the exposure can be kind of topless in a way. I think the best way to kind of tackle some of those exposures, depending on the magnitude of that exposure, is one of these voluntary disclosure agreements. And the other day I had a client actually give a great analogy on this. She said, we were, talking about voluntary disclosure agreements, and she goes, if I was speeding, why would I pull over to tell the cop I was speeding? And I told her that's a great analogy. I've never heard it put that way before. I'm stealing it. And then I went on to add that it's not really about when you're speeding. It's when you have a dead body in the trunk and you need to go, take care of this dead body. So it's that get out of jail free card when you really need it.